All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking Green Bay in today's video. It's Casual Friday, and I don't know if anybody else was doing this. I think it was last night. The NFL Network was playing 2014 NFC Championship, Green Bay for Seattle, and yeah, I couldn't even make it to the onside kick. We were up 16-0, like more than halfway through the third quarter. Oh my goodness! But guys, I feel so much more confident about the Green Bay Packers future right now than I have maybe in, my whole life. Take that with a grain of salt, because as that comes out of my mouth, it sounds kind of stupid. I just think I was a little too young to understand the gravity of how good Green Bay was, back in 2010, 2011, et cetera, et cetera. But Jordan Love's the dude. He's the dude. We went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and you draft Jordan Love while you still have Rodgers in the first round, and he's just kind of always in our back pocket. And we saw him play against Philadelphia. We saw him light it up actually against Philadelphia 2 years ago. We saw him get a start against Kansas City. And to be honest with you, Jordan Love last year really only had one bad month. I'm about to break down the statistic here, but Jordan Love finished the 2023 season with 4,200 passing yards, technically 4,195, 32 passing touchdowns. I mean, that was the seventh best passing yard note in the league. That was the second most passing touchdowns in the league. And, he had that stretch where he had, just really poor play. But we have to keep in mind, Jordan Love did not have Christian Watson for a large chunk of the season, Aaron Jones for a large chunk of the season, Luke Musgrave for a large chunk of the season. So welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Green Bay Packers. I want to touch on this defense after the Jordan Love offense talk. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Obviously, I'm a diehard cheesehead. Trying to get this video to 250 likes in the desperate part of the offseason, guys. It's getting bad here. But thank you for watching. So here are Jordan Love splits by month last year in September. 56.1 completion percent, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 88 passer rating. I think when I fully felt confident in Jordan Love's future, whether it was going to be last year or whether it was going to be, his actual future, was against the New Orleans Saints when they had that fourth quarter comeback. And I think that game just kind of flew under the radar. Obviously, it's the Aaron Rodgers list, Green Bay Packers. I think a lot of people were expecting and anticipating us to have a bad season regardless of Jordan Love. But speaking back of that bad stretch, it was in the month of October, right? 59.8 completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a passer rating of 65.4. But then in November, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 103 passer rating. December, 68.6 completion percentage, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, 107.4 passer rating. January, playoff time. Dude, he had an 84.4% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 128.6 passer rating. It's tough because I understand, some people want to see a little bit more Jordan Love, right? I was listening to somebody and they were like, yeah, I'd like to see 6, 7, 8 more games of Jordan Love, but he's clearly the dude. The fact that the Packers went 3-6 to start the year, there was, oh my God, dude, there were stretches of last year, even after we got over the hump in the middle of the year, like, after the Detroit win on Thanksgiving, after the Kansas City win, where they're losing to teams like the New York Giants, Tommy DeVito on primetime television. I'm sitting there watching my television, like, why? And the fact that Green Bay ran the table and just actually made the playoffs is unbelievable, folks. This was a 3-6 football team that had just gotten, once again, on primetime television, absolutely embarrassed by the Josh McDaniels Las Vegas Raiders. The Josh McDaniels Las Vegas Raiders, the first half Raiders, second half Raiders, 2 completely different teams. Jordan Love just went Superman mode, and you only got better. You picked up Jordan Morgan in the first round of the NFL draft. You get Marshawn Lloyd. You bring in Josh Jacobs. I've got a healthy Christian Watson. So on Christian Watson, according to ESPN's Rob Demovsky, Watson and the Packers think they've finally gotten to the root of the hamstring issue. Watson visited the University of Wisconsin this year to have his hamstrings looked at, and it was discovered that he had a 20% difference in strength between his left and right legs. So Watson says he's been able to get that number down between 8 and 10%. So if Christian Watson's healthy, I mean, he's wide receiver one. It doesn't really matter with the Green Bay Packers because there's just so much talent, folks. Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed, even Bo Melton had a phenomenal end of the season. Week 17, Bo Melton, like Malik Heath, Dontavian Wicks. I mean, folks, the list goes on and on. So I don't need a solidified wide receiver one, but I think the thought process in everybody's minds is if Christian Watson's healthy, he'll probably be the best wide receiver in the Green Bay Packers wide receiver room. And, that's speaking a lot about Watson, but that's also speaking a lot about the Packers wide receiver room. So you got to protect your QB, which Green Bay has done, and you have to continue to surround him with weapons, which they've done. So, folks, Jordan Love, I know the sophomore slump's a thing. Good thing Jordan Love is not entering his second year in the NFL. I don't really know why Jordan Love would regress to the point where some people are, like really worried about non-Packers fans. Obviously, I think it's more of like a get clicks thing. Moving on. I saw this interesting tidbit. Next step awaits Packers quarterback Jordan Love when under pressure. This was an article on Sports Illustrated. So Jordan Love had a completion rate under pressure of 49%. That's not good. However, he ranked in the top 5 in yards per attempt at 6.8 and touchdown passes at 9. So, if Jordan Love improves under pressure, which I don't even really think is an issue, but I guess the completion percentage is something to look at. Watch out, because Jordan Love could be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this upcoming season, just like he was this past year. One quick thing on the defense, Packers head coach Matt LaFleur excited about defensive depth in 2024. After explaining how excited he was to see a potential year 2 leap from Lucas Van Ness, LaFleur then proceeded to name off Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, Ngabare, Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt, Carl Brooks, Kobe Wooden, TJ Slayton. Come on, dude. That's the Packers defensive front. Moving deeper, you got Quay Walker still. You bring in Hopper, you bring in Cooper, you still have Isaiah McDuffie. Love the quote unquote revamped linebacker room. I still think Quay Walker's a star. I don't care about his advanced stats. Watch the screen. I'm not a nerd. I don't need to go on my computer and look, Quay Walker, he missed a tackle, blah, blah, blah. Quay Walker's a stud. Jair Alexander and Xavier McKinney already on the same page in Packers secondary. We know because McKinney said that he thinks the Packers secondary is the deepest and most talented he's played at in the NFL level. Keep in mind, he is very young. The Packers defense could be really special as soon as 2024. I say this in all of the videos we talk about the Packers. On paper, the Green Bay Packers have had such a good defense under Joe Barry. And I'm just glad Jeff Hafley is in town because I think his scheme with our personnel, I really don't know why the Green Bay Packers won't be a top 10 defense this upcoming season. So, yeah, just kind of riffing off the dome here. Casual Friday. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great weekend. But, yeah, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Guys, let's hype it up. Give me your thoughts on the Green Bay Packers down below. We'll see you soon. Peace.